Welcome to this Redline trading tutorial on stock finding or stock screening. How do you find the shares for your dream team? Our dream team are the shares we want to own if a buy signal comes up. So they're the ones we'd be happy to have in our portfolio. We won't have them all, we won't get them all, but they're the ones that would fit our criteria. The type of shares we're looking for, just a quick recap, are shares that have very solid trends, either up or down, usually up, but not always. They are moving very fast. Our basic criteria is 100% a year. Can't always do it if the market doesn't allow. If the market's not going that well, you won't find those shares, but that's our goal in a good market. And we want shares that have good liquidity. In other words, the volume is high enough so that if we want to get out, we can get out. If we want to get in, we can get in pretty close to what we want to get in at. Okay, what I do is I use this program Incredible Charts. It's a free program from incrediblecharts.com. I click on this button second from the left, which is a stock screening part of the program. Basically, I can select which exchange in the world here, Australia, New Zealand, Australia or the US, etc. I pick Australia for this situation. We're going to pick it from this side here. We can narrow the search down to just shares that are in the top 200 or 300 or 100 companies. I'll leave it on 200 for now. You can choose different sectors, so mining or energy or financial, etc. For now, I'll leave it on all equities, which just means all shares are available to this search. All I do is come down here to the third window, put a tick in this box, which is percentage price move. And I'm looking for shares that have been going up for the last 6 months at least 50%. So they're at least up 50% in the last 6 months. That will give me shares that are on track to make 100% in a year. Okay, I click Submit, and it brings up my short list. Basically, we've got 200 companies in the top 200, 20 companies in the top 200 that have gone up by at least 50% in the last 6 months. Okay. The next step is to go and have a look at those shares in the charts of those shares. So if we click back onto this chart button here, it'll take us back to the chart module. Those shares in our watch list have been, in our little screen, have been stored in behind these little yellow arrows. These yellow arrows will let us cycle through those shares. So let's just start. We're starting with WAN. As you can see, it's a great solid trend for the last 4 months. But before that, there was this period here where it wasn't looking as good. I wouldn't say it's bad. It wouldn't be quite right for me to go on yet. Okay, next one. That's looking a bit better. TPI, solid trend. Once again, it's really only just spread out those averages about here. Not quite 6 months, but not far away. I'd leave that one out for now, and there might be better ones. Let's keep going. Toll Holdings, it's very possible that could come into the team. It has, once again, just this little tail here, not quite making it 6 months. Sunland Group, very similar story there. It looks fantastic. Just not quite 6 months. Seek has these couple of closes underneath here. I'd leave that out. We're looking for the best of the best. Now this looks like it could be very good. This is an example where the chart is telling us that it could be a good buy. Once again, the averages have only just crossed over here. And the one thing I know is that in the news, this is subject to a big takeover offer, and something which might just make me cautious. PEM, well, that had a bit of a trend going. Although it's gone up 50% in the last 6 months, it's had some very hard times recently. So no, that's not a goer. Paladin, great for the last 4 or 5 months. A little bit of a flat period back here, so not quite right for us. Monara Resources, that share looks like a great curve up until about 2 or 3 months ago, where it did have a few closes under the red line. Once again, it's a B grade. This looks better. JBM, it's had spread out averages for 6 months. No closes under the red line for 6 months at all. Fantastic trend. Rate of return 80% for 6 months, which is incredible. And it trades on average 850,000 a day at $16. That's a lot of money. So plenty for me. Okay, so we'll add that to our possible dream team. So I'll come over here to this button that looks like a folder, click on it, come down here, this is adding this stock to a folder. I'm going to put it in this one here, Dream Team Possibles. So that's one, we found one possible. Okay, let's click to the next one. James Hardy, trend has only really just turned around here and wouldn't satisfy us for a 6-month solid trend. Neither would that. This looks better. It's been going genuinely for 6 months here. Very, very solid. HGI is the symbol code. 72% for 6 months, which is great. 2.5 million shares at 350. That's plenty of money per day for me. It's only got to trade 5 times my entire trading capital for me to be happy with that. And I'll add that one as well. Okay, so we click on this button here, down to Dream Team Possibles. So now that's in my watch list. So now I found 2. Healthscope, I could almost add that, but it is just crossing over after some kind of a downtrend before here. You can see the average is just coming up. Once again, B grade, still very good. FKP, same story, crossing over back here. It's not quite ready, but it's looking good. ERA's only been going for 4 months, the trend. DCA looks very flat, it doesn't impress me. This trend looks better. It really has sort of, from right back here 6 months ago, got going. No crosses of the red line for 6 months. Good volume, $10 share roughly, and it's trading 800,000 a day average, and 60%, so I'll add that one. That's 3. Probably, 5 shares would be great if we can find them, 5 to 10. AQP, a few crosses behind the red line back here. We'll let that one go through to the keeper. Zinifex has had some problems lately. Good before that, but we'll let that go. WAN, back to where we started. Okay, so we've been through our list. In the top 200 companies, we found 3 shares. Okay, so if that's not enough, you've got 2 options. You go back and you look for things that are really have been going well for 5.5 months. You could add some of those, or if you're a bit more sort of want to live a bit more on the edge, you could just broaden your search to the top 300 companies, where I'm sure you'd find another 3 or 4 to add to your dream team. Okay, thanks for watching.